Hey everyone, it's Takoyaki's. It's already the end of January. I hope you've all been having a good 2021 so far. Today I am very excited to show you my very first sponsored video. And I have Oliver from Keebstuff Kabelmanufaktur to thank for that. Oliver reached out to me on Instagram after he saw the stunt cables video and generously offered to send me a cable as a Christmas gift. It just didn't feel right to accept on those terms, so we settled on the basis that I would accept in exchange for a review, and I'm really excited to show you what he sent over. First thing I noticed was how compact the packaging was. I did have a slight concern that international shipping may have given the cable some bumps and bruises, but they were strategically well packed and I didn't notice any problems once I took the cable out. I appreciated the fact that the dunnage was mostly recyclable paper material, and the fact that the cable itself was in a Ziploc bag to ensure dust and moisture wouldn't touch the final product. And here it is. This is a black coiled cable with a Bordeaux colored Weipu SA12 push-pull connector, and it looks incredible. The thank you card is a nice touch, and I liked reading about the origins of the company and what the brand values most. In Oliver's case, high quality products with an eye for detail and love for design. From what I see so far, he meant every word of it. The Bordeaux push-pull connector immediately caught my attention. It was this elegant looking, finely machined aluminum piece that looked like it was dipped in red wine. I couldn't stop staring at the thing. I took a look at the heat shrink job on the USB-A side. It was clean, no fingerprints, scuffs, or marks, just how it should be. And the coils were just perfect, even, no gaps, and that braided jet black sleeving made the black heat shrink look gray. The USB-C side also looked good. No marks on the heat shrink, the cable wasn't rotating in place, and no dried glue sticking out of the edges. The other end of the Weipu connector had a rubber cap on it, so the fragile pins on the inside don't get bent. A part of me thought that the cap being attached to the connector affected the aesthetics a little bit, but I got used to it. If I really wanted to though, it can be pulled off pretty easily. Putting both ends of the connector together made me a little nervous. It was easy enough to figure out which sides of both ends need to meet, but it takes a surprising amount of force to push them together. It does make a click sound as a sort of confirmation, but it can click even when the ends aren't perfectly aligned, so the click isn't the final confirmation, let's say, that the ends are fully pushed in together. Well, turns out there's a reason why the cables need to be muscled together. The SA12 Weipu connectors have an IP67 rating, which means they're dustproof and waterproof, including immersion under up to 1 meter of water. So if you find yourself constantly spilling drinks over your head and keyboard, this is the way. Poo. And then there's the cable sleeving. I initially thought it was a type of tech flex, which is what we see with most coil cables, but this is something called MDPC-X Sleeving, which doubles as the name of the product and that of the company. MDPC-X is a German company that makes high quality, environmentally friendly sleeving for various applications, usually seen as cable sleeving in gaming PCs. The sleeving is hard, durable, and seems to retain its shape very well even after pulling on them several times. So when I went to connect the USB-A side into my USB hub, this is where I faced some complications. Because there's basically no room for the USB to rotate, if I wanted a very specific angle to plug in the cable to my PC or laptop, it would twist or flip and bring the rest of the cable along with it. I asked Oliver if it was possible to create a rotatable USB-A end to alleviate this issue, but he said it would create torsion and force on the components, which would then affect the durability of the product. He did say, however, that if you really wanted to, you can heat up the end a little bit until the glue softens up. Then you can slowly twist the end and then wait for the glue to cool off and then harden. I didn't do that here, but I figured out a way to make it work by looping the cable in the opposite direction so that the USB-A end would point upward toward the USB hub at the back corner of my desk. I still needed to rotate the end about 45 degrees or so to the right so it'd plug into the hub. I found for myself at least, it was easiest to connect the USB end into your hub or computer, then go on to connect the push-pull connector, and as the final step, connect the USB-C end into your keyboard. and we're all set up. And man, does it look nice. The cable will bring a stealthy yet elegant aesthetic to any desk setup, but it can still stand out with a bit of light. The cable will have a sheen to it as light bounces off of the sleeving, while the aluminum Bordeaux push-pull will give off a shine that isn't too aggressive or exaggerated. Like I said, elegant. For those who want to keep things low-key and don't care about having a bunch of color on their desk, this cable is definitely worth a look. And if Bordeaux isn't your thing, you can always opt for a black push-pull connector instead. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this special episode, my first sponsored video. Make sure you check out Oliver's Instagram at Keebstuff and give him some love by following his page. If you're considering getting a cable from him, check out his website at keebstuff.com. I'll put the links in the description. And before I sign off, I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you for being a part of this journey. See you in the next one.